Don't let your AC system get knocked out by the heat this upcoming summer. Call KS Services and let our team come take a look. We repair and install all makes and models. We even offer a free no-hassle quote and second opinion, so give us a call today. With our flexible financing, you can literally pick your payment. We may even be able to help you knock down that utility bill a bit.
KS Heating and Air, the team ensuring your comfort.
Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for Labor Day, Monday, September 3rd. I'm James Spann. All eyes on the Gulf of Mexico with Tropical Storm Gordon. We have Florence to watch in the Atlantic. What does it mean for the Deep South? A lot of things to talk about. So let's go, and as we often do, we'll start with the big picture. There's an upper high on the middle Atlantic coast. To the north of that, we have the mid-latitude westerlies. To the south of that, we have the tropical easterlies. And that was the radar around here at 2:09 this afternoon. A few very small, isolated popcorn showers. Those will dissipate once the sun goes down later this evening. Pretty hot day for Labor Day. We all know Labor Day can be very hot around here. It's 90 in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Gadsden. Highs probably in the mid to upper 80s for the next few days, with some increase in clouds, but probably not much rain up here. Here's the watch warning map around the country, and of course we'll focus on the Gulf in a second. Up north, we have flash flood watches for parts of the Corn Belt, heat advisories for parts of the northeast United States. Down and through here, we have, of course, a hurricane watch and a tropical storm warning for the central Gulf Coast. We have a flash flood watch for 3 counties in southwest Alabama: Mobile, Baldwin, Washington. That's where the bulk of the heavy rain will be from Gordon. Check the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. Got a few pockets up north, marginal risk over South Florida with Gordon passing through there. And this is tomorrow, a marginal risk up north, and the guys at SPC have introduced the lowest end risk, a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, for the central Gulf Coast. This includes the Alabama Gulf Coast, includes Pensacola, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Panama City, for the possibility of a few isolated tornadoes or waterspouts late tomorrow and tomorrow night as Gordon approaches the coast. The marginal risk extends as far north as Thomasville, Greenville, and Enterprise. So down there, we'll watch these spiral bands for the possibility of a few isolated tornadoes. No issues expected for the northern two-thirds of the state. So let's look at the tropics. First off, the big picture. You can see that we've got 3 issues. We have tropical storms Gordon and Florence, and that wave that's off the coast of Africa. The Hurricane Center now with a 40% chance of that wave developing over the next 5 days. A long way out there, but just something to watch for now. Next issue is Florence in the middle of the Atlantic. This is packing sustained winds of 65 miles an hour. Hurricane Center expects this to stay a tropical storm through Saturday morning with a bend northward. Out to 5 days. The question is, does it recurve or does it bend back toward the United States? Well, here's a look at the GFS ensemble output, and you can see that most members except one member brings it toward the United States. The rest of them, they recurve this thing. But the European, look at this. This is the deterministic run, the 12Z run, and this is valid Thursday of next week, September 13th. It's got a pretty nasty-looking hurricane east of Daytona Beach, which would be Florence. So there's a lot of uncertainty here, and this is just deterministic model output. This is not a forecast. It could easily recurve, but it could indeed bend back toward the U.S. It's just too early to call, but everybody on the Atlantic seaboard needs to watch Florence just in case. For the central Gulf Coast, this is the one to watch. This is a look at Gordon. Became a tropical storm this morning. Pretty good radar presentation. The circulation center is located to the west of Naples, Florida, in the far southeastern Gulf of Mexico. The top winds are at 50 miles per hour. Here's the latest forecast track from the Hurricane Center, bringing it up as a tropical storm to the Mississippi-Alabama line tomorrow night. A little faster. Got it coming in about 8 o'clock Central Time. And then hooking up through Arkansas and ultimately turning north through eastern Oklahoma. This is a look at the earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds. And you can see that those gusty winds could reach the central Gulf Coast as early as midday tomorrow or tomorrow afternoon. The main impact will be tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. Now, this is a coastal storm surge warning for the Mississippi Gulf Coast over to New Orleans. There's a storm surge watch for the Alabama Gulf Coast. And again, this might be adjusted a bit by the time you watch this. This was at 11 o'clock Eastern Time this morning. This is the rain likely as the direct result of Gordon. And again, if you're in the northern part of Alabama, don't get excited. Not much, if any, rain from this. The bulk of the rain will be down south. It's got Mobile and Baldwin counties, at least the southern part of those counties, in a 2 to 4 inch range, with potential for 4 to 6 inches around New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Flash flood watch, again, for the southwest corner of the state, including Mobile, Baldwin, Washington counties, back over to South Mississippi, Southeast Louisiana. Now, this is the intensity guidance. This thing's going to be close to being a hurricane. In theory, there's some shear which should keep this as a tropical storm, but notice a couple of the intensity schemes bring it up to a Category 1 hurricane. And that's the reason there's a hurricane watch for the central Gulf Coast, because it'll be very close to hurricane strength at the time of landfall. Let's go through modeling here. This is the GFS. This is the 12Z run ballot tomorrow afternoon at 1. Got a 594 ridge over the eastern U.S., and Gordon will follow the western periphery of that. This is the surface chart at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and really the GFS doesn't do much with this, but it didn't initialize the system well. So let's go to the high-res 3-kilometer NAM. This is valid tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, and it's got a tropical storm right on the Alabama-Mississippi state line, pretty much in agreement with the NHC forecast. And again, that's going to put Alabama on kind of a wet side there, Mobile and Baldwin counties. And again, this could be close to hurricane strength. We could see wind gusts on the Alabama Gulf Coast of 50, 60, maybe 70 miles an hour, along with heavy rain, obviously, potential for a few waterspouts and isolated tornadoes. It's going to be a rough ride. The worst weather with this thing for the Alabama Gulf Coast will be tomorrow night, with conditions gradually improving Wednesday morning. And then for the rest of the week, the weather down there is going to be fine. So if you got a trip plan, your rough patch is going to be tomorrow night, late tomorrow night. And then the weather improves greatly by Wednesday afternoon, and then Thursday and Friday back to typical early September weather. So let's go to the day on Wednesday, and the GFS is not handling this well, but the better rain shield should be west of Alabama. There could be a few showers, scattered showers on the western side of the state, but again, if you're looking for a big rain event for North Alabama from this, we just don't expect that to happen. Back to look at the QPF chart here. This is coming from WPC, and again, you can see not much at all for the north, better rains, southwestern counties. Thursday, again, there could be a few scattered showers, probably not many for northeast Alabama. Highs around 90, and this is Friday. Things look pretty quiet. And again, we'll be close to 90 on Thursday and Friday. What about the weekend, you ask? Well, it looks kind of hot and kind of dry, if this is right. The ridge and control, Saturday, partly to mostly sunny, the high at or maybe just over 90. Not exactly classic fall football weather there, but hey, it's kind of classic early September weather. Any showers few and far between. Now, Sunday got a surface boundary coming in from the north. That might bring the northern part of the state a better chance of showers and storms, a cold front extending from that low near Buffalo. And a week from today, the ridge a little weaker, Monday, September 10th, and that surface boundary near Interstate 40 in Tennessee. So, again, the chance of at least scattered showers and storms for the northern counties of the state. Let's go out 10 days. This is Thursday of next week, September 13th. Now, if you watched this morning, the run from last night had a big trough over the east. Well, that's gone. Now it's got a flat ridge, and again, that looks pretty quiet, maybe a few widely scattered showers. Here are the numbers coming off the GFS. You can see not much in the way of refreshing, crisp, cool fall weather through mid-September. Highs, upper 80s, low 90s. Lows upper 60s and low 70s. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
KS Heating and Air, the team ensuring your comfort.